Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gary, aka Tuxedo Jericho, and I'm writing. Writing. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gary, aka Tuxedo Jericho, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I talked about in a recent vehicle development stream about how to take the add-on cars or the add when you download a pack from GTA 5 mods that has the add-on capabilities and add it to FiveM. The reason that you would want to do this is it typically will already have the vehicle meta file, the handling line, the car variations, and all that is needed for that car, whereas the replace mode typically just has the model files. I'll go over some pitfalls with the stuff. So just a second. Oops. There we go. Let me make sure there we go. Got the correct monitor this time. So right here we have the 2019 Dodge Ram Off-Road 1.1. But I'm not going to download that car. I downloaded the Dodge Ram Rebel, the 16 version, and I'm going to show you what the problem is. So when you download the file, you'll have like this. So I'm going to go in. There's the replace versions. And one thing to watch for, look at the file size. If that number is above 16,000, which is 16,000 kilobytes or 16 megabytes, the model will not spawn inside FiveM. I don't know if it'll spawn inside of GTA by doing adding it on via that way. Sorry, got a train in the background. But the reason is it just can't stream anything. So like this, I had to find a different one for that. So that's the reason I have this 2019 is for the server I was working on. This is one that we use, so I'm downloading the file. There it is, the off-road RAM. Add-on, yes, I know I need to activate that. But you have the DLC.RPF file. So let me open this. And it'll take a second to open, as it's taken a second to open in Open 4. So we're just waiting. And while that's waiting, I'm going to open my resource folder. I'm going to get that out of the way for a second. There we go. So there's that. Let me get rid of that, minimize that, and bring this up. Now you've opened the DLC.RPF file. Take a notice up here, the folders, x64 and data. The data folder is your metadata files for that. Car calls, car variations, handling, and vehicle meta. Typically the ones that you want. You may have a vehicle layout meta, and that you do not need DLC text.meta. So what you would do is highlight those. You can either drag and drop to the folder, or you can right click and extract. And it's going to say, hey, what's the destination folder? So you go to wherever your server is. Mine's on my C drive. Resources. Like, oh, but I need the folder. So you just create a new folder and call it whatever you want. RAM off-road. Be sure to keep note of where any capitalizations are, because when you start the file in FiveM, you do the start command, having capitals in the right places does matter. So when you open that up, go ahead and create a new folder and call that one data. And while you're here, create a new one called stream, as in you stream to Twitch. You're streaming the data from there. Select your data folder because you're doing the data right now. Unable to extract all files. Let's bring this over. Let me refresh this because I had that up before. Off-road RAM, data. Okay, it didn't do it, so let me minimize that. And I'll do it the other way of drag and drop. Oh! Catastrophic failure, open 4 crashed. That sometimes does happen, so just reopen open 4. Oh, the problem was? I know what the problem was. I closed the RAR file or the zip file. Don't do that. While you've got the file open, keep it open in memory or in your stuff. That was the reason for the crash. So I'm glad that happened. Unexpected tutorial in that. But keep the file open. I've now got it moved to my center monitor. So I'm going to bring this back over. Data, we'll go to the data. And that. So now the data is over here. So if I go back to the folder on the server file, and then I go back to the main DLC.RPF. Now I'm going into x64. There's the vehicle.rpf file. So I'm going to get those, and I'm going to drag and drop them into the stream folder. So there we are, 19 RAM off-road. Like, oh, I want to have it to be the same name. You don't have to, like if you know, okay, if I load RAM off-road, the model name is 19 RAM off-road. It's there. So when we go back to this, you have the data file. You still need a resources.lua file to tell the server where to go. You can either create it yourself or find one from a different directory. See, there's one from the 675LT folder. That one will work because it's loading the same file. So I'll just go ahead and close that. I'll copy this file and then paste it in off-road RAM. So there you go. And then now you would start the file and then you would test different things. And I'm going to show you a few things to watch for, especially in these files that come from the internet, is go through here. Go through the file, check out and make sure there's an audio hash or audio name hash and make sure it's fully filled out. This is using the Sand King sound. If you don't, you will have no sound with your car. No horn sound, no engine sounds, no tire sounds. It's odd, but you have to find one that works. Now, another thing, let me close these other files that are here. Now let me open, make sure it's opening the right stuff, RAM off-road. Look at there we go. Delete that. And we're going to look at the handling file. One thing to watch for is, of course, most of this stuff, when you have it, when you get it from a source, it'll be right. You might still have to adjust for, like if your car wants to roll one side, you may have to adjust these volumes, the vehicle center of mass offset. X will be your front to rear, positive front, negative rear. Y is your left to right. Negative is left, positive is right. And Z is your up and down. Positive numbers move the center of mass up. Negative numbers bring it down to about -10. Another thing to watch for, I gotta find where it's at. There we go, the steering lock. F steering lock. Higher numbers make your car twitchy. So it's like, it's like a little move will have it go over here and that. I generally try to keep it around 30 so it feels more realistic. So you would adjust that. Just adjust it and that. So, but I'm going to keep it at 35. Now I'm going to hop over. I've got the folder starting. And now I'm going to load FiveM. Now, I'm going to show you the two ways to start a file. Of course, if you're already doing a server, you already know. So, start RAM off-road. And that you can do it that way. It starts it. Let me stop the source. And I am going to have to switch over back to the main monitor for a second while I'm loading up FiveM. Because I can't move it to that monitor. Another way of loading, and I'll show you the reason I love loading this way, is whenever you get into your game, if you're the admin on the server, if you're a regular user and you try doing this, you're going to get permission denied errors. And if you keep trying to do it, the server can come to you and go, "What are you doing? Do it again, you're banned," and then you might be shown the door. Or you may not even get the question, "What are you doing?" You may just get the door. Use at your own risk. If you're doing this on your own server or a test or your own test server, perfectly fine. So, waiting to load. There we go. Let me turn the sound down a little bit. So, there we go. F8, start RAM off-road. And the reason I like is up here, it tells you all the different sorts of things. If there was a problem with the, okay, it said couldn't find, handling for hash. That's weird. I usually don't see that. Okay. Okay, it's trying, I guess, for the adder. But that's fine. You'll see that. And then I usually no-clip over to an area where I want to spawn. There we go. And I use vMenu, or whatever trainer you need to spawn the thing. So 19 RAM off-road. And there's the RAM. So we have successfully loaded the file. We've successfully loaded the file in there. Now, so let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let me go back to the server. I'm going to go ahead and quit out of the server. And go back to that. Go back to webcam. Now, you may have files that have extras or different add-ons. I need to remember which file that it was, because I was working on a different computer at the time when I was doing this. 86. I think there was an 86. The AE86. That's what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and download this Toyota AE86 Truno. Oh, wait. Let me search for AE86. There it is. No, it's the Sprinter version that has the different mods. So let me go ahead and download this file and go ahead and close this here. So when we're saving, there we go. Sorry, the RAR file is on a different screen. Okay, let me show you with this one. It's coming up in a different way. You have the tuning wheel. There's the vehicle mods. The wheel, stuff for the wheel and that. But if we go back to the add-on, update and you keep digging through this, there's the DLC.RPF. Sometimes you may have to dig. It may not be. Oops. I completely forgot I was on the webcam at the time. Here, and I just had to keep drilling down the folders till I found the DLC.RPF. So let me bring the folder in here, and we're going to go ahead and go into x64. Data. Levels. Sorry. AE86. Vehicle mods. There's this RPF file. There's the wings, the hood, and all that. Just copy those to your stream folder, and they should be able to be there as add-ons. So when we go back here, we go to GTA 5, Vehicles. There's the AE86 files, and that. So whenever if you have anything that has vehicle mods, go ahead and copy in the RPF file, open it like we did over here. We're in the AE86 mods RPF. Highlight them all, and then extract those to your stream folder. And that should take care of it. And that's the ways of getting all sorts of all the goodies from your add-on pack that you download. Yeah. So there we go. But yeah, that's how you can do that and add on cars with that. Now the it was the Rebel 16. When you have the replace stuff, as you see, it's just this is a Granger replace. Now what you can do is whenever you copy over the files and have them in your folder, let me load up a different Lancia Delta. If you want it, let's say you're like, oh, I don't want that to be called that name. You want to call it Poo Poo. You would name the rest of the files to be Poo Poo Poo. Poo Poo. And then you would go into the data folder, vehicles and .meta and all that, and change it from where it says La Delta to Poo Poo. And then the game name, you can actually, have it be the actual name of the vehicle, and the make is whoever made it, like Lancia Del Grale, whatever the Italian version is. Let's see. Something simpler, maybe. Picamobile. There we go. And Pica 01 using the ballista Dinka. I never did change that, so handling. Let's just say Pica 01. Game name will be Pikachu Bug. Vehicle name will be Volkswagen. And like that, you can have that, and that's just text. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it may show up on certain things, it may not. You can have it there for your own, poos and giggles. But yeah, that's the basic gist. Now, if you have the texture files, which are over 16 gigs, you can split those, and then you'd have to go down to the bottom. God damn it. I just realized I had it over here. The game name is what it'll show up in the name, and then the vehicle make name is the make of the vehicle. I keep forgetting to switch inputs. But let's say you had the split a file. So you go down here to down near the bottom, you have TXD relationships, texture relationships, and then you would add a parent and a child. But if you Google for splitting textures, to avoid the 16 gigabyte or 16 megabyte limit, there's splitting GTA textures, and searching like that, you'll find the information on how to do that. Close that. And that. But yeah, that's as simple as that is. I mean, it's not hard, but once you learn of what to do, of course, then you have to test. And if you're testing something, you need to change something. One thing you need to do, go ahead and delete the vehicle before stopping the script in the server. Make your changes, then start the script again, reload, change, see what's changed, and all that. But yeah. That's basically how you can take add-on vehicles and add them for FiveM instead of just adding them to your own GTA. That's for like people that do the old LSPDFR off single player stuff. You can go in, add the cars to your game, and then run around. And since you're not streaming it from a server, you're not streaming it into FiveM, the texture files, the models may load. But for streaming models and textures in, the limit of the file has to be 16 megabytes. If it's larger than that, if it's the YTF files, which are the model files, there's nothing you can do to fix that. If it's the YTD file, you can split that and have like charger 1.ytd, charger 2.ytd, and then put the split the texture files between them, trying to get them one up to 16 megabytes, and then get the other. Just be careful whenever you're doing it. Make sure you have all the textures. I had one the other day that I thought I had all the textures, and then all of a sudden the body panels were missing. I'm like, oh, screw it. I'm not working on that. We don't need that car that bad. And that, but yeah. Hopefully this video will help some people be able to add stuff onto GTA 5, especially for FiveM. And that. Anyway, guys, peace out. Have a good day.